Hello Clive, it's Wednesday, and I've got to admit, for this mission I'm at a bit of a loss. The only newspaper, really, that I have access to on a regular basis is The Stage, being an actor of course, and the only really amusing thing in The Stage is just how blatantly obvious they make all of the adverts for sex lines. I mean, it's ridiculous. Half of the Greater London adult industry must be directly sourced out of this publication. I mean, and it's endemic in the entire paper. I mean, just look at what they've got Ian McKellen doing on the front. I mean, it's absolutely outrageous. So, let's dispense with that and do something a little more fun. This is BBC News. Our top story this evening. This week, a strike has been threatened at the BBC, possibly blacking out programmes from Monday. We here at the BBC News team have been looking back at some of the instances of industrial action that the corporation has faced in the past. One that still sticks in the minds of corporation executives is the famous Doctor Who Monsters strike of the early 70s. In 1973, the series almost ground to a halt when the Daleks unanimously walked out. In itself, very unusual for Daleks. After scuffles in which the police were accused of attacking the picket line with sonic screwdrivers, the leader of the Dalek Union, a Mr. Davros, refused to talk to reporters, choosing instead to vaporize them with a neutrino destructor beam. Soon the dispute spread. Within a week, the Sea Devils, the Silurians, the Macra, and the blobby green thing with a totally unrealistic-looking head were out in sympathy. A massed meeting was then called of the AASPE, the Amalgamated Association of Evil Aliens that all speak perfect English. Motions were passed on a show of tentacles. Their primary concern was the necessity for a 12% pay increase backdated to the third aeon of the millennium of Tharg. In addition, they wanted to know why the BBC had failed to keep pace with inflation, why safety reviews had been postponed, and why all alien planets seemed to look like a sandpit near Dorking. And their main concern? That the moment any of them ever appeared fully on the screen, the closing credits immediately ensued. Negotiation meetings were tough. It was just the previous year that the production team of Blue Peter had put in a pay claim of 20%, and then put in another claim they'd made earlier. So, Monday appears to be filled with uncertainty for the BBC. One of our top analysts has stated that one of the principal reasons for this industrial action is widespread irritation with studio audiences that will apparently laugh at anything. Our top stories this hour. Millionaire Richard Branson has apparently died today in the middle of a hot air ballooning trip. Witnesses claim Branson stepped out of the balloon in order to view it from a distance. A 104-year-old lady in Surrey has apparently fallen pregnant. While doctors expect no medical problems, they do say that due to her advanced age, she will have a grown-up. A man who was attempting to walk around the world drowned today. The NHS has released a health warning that states that saliva causes stomach cancer. However, only when swallowed in small amounts over a long period of time. A high-speed chase on the M5 today ended when the cars stopped and the people got out. An earthquake struck a maternity hospital in Panama today. 3 people were killed, although 6 people were born. The following stories have fallen through a hole in the space-time continuum from the year 2035. Ozone created by electric cars is now killing millions in the world's 7th largest country, California. Scientists claim to be baffled at what appears to be a natural conception. Iran's borders are still closed off, and physicists estimate that it will take at least 10 more years before radioactivity decreases to safe levels. Cuban leader Fidel Castro has finally died at the age of 112. Cuban cigars can now be imported into the United States legally. However, President Chelsea Clinton has banned smoking. The Royal Mail has increased the price of its first-class stamp to £17.89 and has reduced mail delivery to Wednesdays only. The town of Totnes in Devon has apparently executed its last remaining Conservative voter. Microsoft announces that it has perfected its latest version of Windows so that it now crashes before the installation is complete. A Downing Street intern has been indicted for refusing to have sex with the Prime Minister. His Majesty's Customs and Revenue has set its lowest tax rate at 75%. Clive, mission accomplished. Oh, and before I go, I just thought I'd share this with you. Now, only in .NET would you get a place where people would be noobish enough to use two different fonts in the same advertisement. But look at the fonts they've actually used. Papyrus and Comic Sans. Now, I don't have as big a thing against Papyrus as Meg does, but really? Stop nurturing your inner child and get in touch with your outer fucking tech support.
No, wait. Oh my god, I didn't sign up for this. What the hell did just happen?